Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, it's the first time I'm using this. So bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in here? Anybody in here? Anybody in here with me? Okay. You play some of this stuff.
Man, it feels so good to be back outside. Feels so good to be back outside. Lee Majors, Bush Babies, Dollar Van Music. We are Flatbush.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Shout out to my man Lee Major from the Bush Babies. We got new music from the Bush Babies coming also. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all hear this new record from the Bush Babies, but I'll wait for Peter to tap in. You got my boy Peter Thompson from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was about to say Love of Hip Hop, you know what I mean? But check out the Bush Babies, Come Again. It's a new record from Bush Babies.
Sin, come again.
Yeah, big up man like Papa, I don't know say a large. All about them from Church Avenue. Rogers,
Come again.
Honda Beer,
Sin, come again.
Flatbush in the building.
Come again.
Flatbush in the building.
Come again.
5 and 5, what you call at 10? This a dollar van, come mash things again. Flatbush man, me no beg no friend. See, come again.
Just the other day me go a new curve.
When?
In a me fresh clocks and a new shirt.
When?
See a pretty girl in a short skirt. She a short teeth like she want flirt.
Mine or you walk down Beverly.
When?
You might cross path with your enemy. Better get to the point like the letter V. Or save that long TED talking for the therapy. When 5 and 5, what you call at 10? This a dollar van, come mash things again. Flatbush man, me no beg no friend.
Yeah.
See,
From island take off, ocean cross. Land of Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. Laws of the jungle, better learn to chop. Them boy a sparkle, flame and touch. Then we shell you. Now listen.
That's that new record from the Bush Babies, Come Again. We got Rocket Launcher featuring DVS Christ and Happy. 3 new singles out there. Go check out the Bush Babies, straight out from Flatbush. You know what I mean? It's all love when it comes to Flatbush. You spread the Flatbush love. And I think I got my guests in the building already. Oh, yes, I do. I think we have the man, the hour, Peter Thompson in the building. What's good?
What you call
How
me?
you
What you
doing,
call me
Peter?
just now? What do you call me?
Huh?
What name you just gave me?
What name I gave you?
Yeah.
I said, I was just talking. I don't even know what I said this now.
Yeah, I know what you say. Mr. Thomason. I didn't know my name was Thomason. My name is Thomas.
Thomas. Oh, it's Thomas. My fault. I put an
Okay.
S to it.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
You're doing a lot over there in the bush, nigga.
Yeah, that's that Guyanese thing. That's the Guyanese thing mixed with,
That's it. It's GT, South American motherfucker. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
see, you starting off already. You
Yeah,
starting off
whatever, nigga.
already.
You're from
So,
South America, bro. You know what I'm
so
saying?
you gonna say that Guyana's
That's
not
not
part of
that's
the West Indies?
it's not no what far west, far west. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. We're not part of the West Indies, but we are considered one island part of the West Indies. If
You're
I'm correct.
island, but you're not even from an island, bro. You from a whole country. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
man,
You're on the backside of Venezuela, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
you
You're off the
talking your
coast.
talk.
You're off the coast of Trinidad, my man. You know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
see Peter starting off already.
Yo,
We
less than 1 million people just discovered oil like around 10 years ago. So a lot of rich Indians are over there right now. You know what I'm
well, they
saying?
don't call them Indians. They call them Coolie, dog law.
Oh, whatever they call them niggas are getting this to me.
Oh my God. Thank you, yo. We got Peter in the building tonight because we are Flatbush. And it's an honor to have you, Peter, to chop it up with me. You know what I mean? It's a real honor to have you because you're a Flatbush legend.
Yeah.
And you did so much in the
And
world.
to all my GT people over there, it's fun and games, baby. You guys are a part of the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? I just
Tell your
like to
son.
tease. I like to tease every now and then. You
We
know what I'm
see that,
saying?
boy. We see that. We see that.
Yeah.
You have a good sense of humor. That's what it is. You have a good sense of humor.
That's
You know what I
what's up.
mean?
That's what's
And
up.
that's what Flatbush people are. We all have, we Caribbean, and the Caribbean's a melting pot in Flatbush. You got the Jamaicans, you got the Guyanese, you got the
Mhm.
Trinis, You got the Bajans, you got the Haitians, you got the Grenadians, you got the Panamanians. Now you got the Pakistanians. You know what I mean?
Dominican, Puerto Ricans. You got,
Puerto Rican. I
you
mean, we
know,
a
when I
little bit
moved
in
to
the bush with
Flatbush,
Puerto Rican.
yeah, when I moved to Flatbush back in 1975, it was mostly Puerto Ricans, okay?
Mm,
Then Dominicans, okay? A splash of Bajans and Trinidadians, okay? A lot of Asians and Jamaicans, okay?
mm,
Because first we started off in Crown Heights, and then when your family make a little bit of money, you know, you're moving down to Flatbush where the what you know black folks, as soon as they make a little money, they got to move to where the white people are, and then if you make more money, then you move out to Queens. You know what I'm saying? So you feel
mm.
safer out there. You got grass in front of your house and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have that in Brooklyn. You know,
So,
so
so, so,
that's
okay.
how it goes.
Let's go back to the year because I'm glad you just set it off like that. Let's go back to the year you came into. Let's go back to when you came to America. Let's go back to young Peter. Young Peter born.
August.
Where young Peter was
Uh,
born at?
that's I came to America December 18, 1973.
Mm.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
13 years old.
Oh, okay.
Saw snow for the first time. But I'm from a little spot in Jamaica called Augustown. I think most people know of Sizzler coming from Augustown, but Augustown is like probably one of the most dangerous spot in Kingston. Okay, you have to go to police. I was there 2020. And every time I go down there before that, you got to. This is like a checkpoint. You got there's a lot of cops, a lot of soldiers, and you got to be from down there for them to let you through to go down there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I was happy when I came to America. I was talking to my mom today. My mom left, I think, 3 years before we did. My mother, my dad came up here, and then they sent for us. But in the 3 years that she was gone, I witnessed at least 6, 7 murders. You know, by the
As
time
a young
between
kid
10
in
and 13,
Jamaica.
10 and 13, I remember we were down on the river, me and Bill. I think Bill Roy, the kid that I grew up with, I never seen him in America, but I heard had came here, and I think they gave him probably around 100 years because
Mm,
he bodied a lot of people once he came here. Um, but me and him found a dead guy named Baltimore when I was 10 years old at the riverbank, shot up and thrown off the cliff. He was in
damn.
his red speedos. When all we see is bullet holes all
He
through his
said
body.
Speedos.
And the nigga was wearing a speedo. There wasn't no shorts. I said, Baltimore dead.
Let the people know Speedos is like basketball shorts. I mean, not basketball, bicycle shorts and shit.
Bicycles, yeah, yeah. Beyond no, those speedos not even bicycles. Speedos is what them niggas, them swimmers wear in competition. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
So
yeah.
you witnessed that at
Mostly white men, because black man, if he's swinging the real way, he can't wear no motherfucking speedos, dog.
shit, we,
You
we,
know what
we
I'm
we be
saying?
choking for dear life, man. We
Oh
be
my
choking for
God,
dear
they
life.
were like this. Speedo, great.
So as a young kid, you say you seen in Jamaica dead bodies as a young kid,
At
13,
at
14.
least three in the 3 years my parents was here. My mother and my brother was talking about it today. It was like, yo, when you left, man, I used to leave the house 6 o'clock in the morning for this little job I had, and I used to go through the quarry up the hill to get to the goat pen. This guy named Guns, a Rastafarian named Guns. He had probably around 200 goats, and we had to, kind of hoard them up the hill, the greener pastures
Mm,
for them to eat, and then bring them back down. And the only thing that we had to fight off was wild dogs. But I remember going through the hills with with the same kid Bill, and we ran upon
mm.
a dude that was hung. Somebody hung him. All right, and the motherfucker wild dogs ate his 2 feet off, like his foot was gone. Just all you see is bones.
Whoa.
The shit was
So
crazy.
you,
So I seen all of that when I was between 10 and 13 years old. So coming to New York,
damn.
Flatbush in the 80s was crazy. I walked over dead bodies, okay, on Church Avenue between East, what is it called? Earl. What's the street after Ocean going towards the train station?
That's
St. Paul's.
East
St. Paul's.
St. Paul's. Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say St.
Yeah.
Paul's, right?
Yeah, yeah, on Church between St. Paul's and Ocean Avenue. walked over dead bodies right there. Everybody just walking around the motherfucker, walking over the
What
motherfucker.
year was this?
This shit
What
was
year was
crazy.
this?
This is 1984.
Damn. Mm, mm.
1984. And when it was wilding out, I think it was 83. It was
Mm.
crackers everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I was grown. I was came back from college by then, and I hit the street. I couldn't get a job. I went to school in Oklahoma for aeronautical engineer. And when I got back home, I couldn't get a job. And my brother-in-law, crack was big. My brother-in-law was making money,
Mm.
and I wanted to get in it. And he allowed me to buy 8 ball to get in it.
All right,
And
hold on,
then like,
hold up, Peter. I don't want you to
yeah,
speed on the people because I want you to tell this story, but I don't want you to speed on the people. We talking about in the 80s, an 8 ball. Getting
yeah,
that 8 ball. A lot of people don't know what an 8 ball is, bro.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so let the
I
people know what
bought
an
an eight
eight
ball.
ball is.
Well, I mean, do they know? They know what a kilo is. You know what I'm saying? So 1/8 of a kilo is an 8 ball. You know what I'm saying?
How many G's is that? How many G's is that?
Oh my God, it's 32 ounces in a key, isn't it? 32 ounce in a key.
Man,
So
Peter,
half a
you know your
key.
shit,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I
You
bought an
know
eight
your
ball,
shit,
nigga. I
boy.
turned that 8 ball into a brick in no time.
So
Okay,
no, the reason I want you to bring it back because of
yeah,
that era in time in the
yeah,
80s, the 8 ball. Everybody started off with the 8 ball or biggie. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and you get your little 3-4 grams in it, and you go flip that, and you flip it again, and you flip it again, then you flip it again to get a little half a zip or something. You know what I
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what you have to do if you're about your business. You
mean?
know what I'm saying? I never used that shit in my life. Not even once was I curious to even do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the potency, you would like dip. If your tongue
Just
get
test you with your
really
tongue.
fucking numb, you know what I'm saying? You know you got some good shit. You know what I'm saying? You cook that shit, it comes back. It comes back perfect if you cook it right. You know what I'm saying? And man, yo, yeah, yeah, you're right. Yo, be up in that motherfucker cooking. I be cooking
You
two
can't keep your
bricks at
eye
it.
off of it. You can't
Yo, I
keep your
used to
eye
cook
off.
2 bricks at a time.
Damn.
Big ass pot like I'm making oxtail. You know what I'm saying? 2 bricks at a time. You gotta take it out, make it calm down, put some ice on it on the hot water, make it calm down and shape
I
real
don't know.
nice.
I
And
cool.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to give
Come
up
on.
all the secrets, Peter, because you know what I mean? I want them to say, but I want you to touch on a little bit more though.
Yeah,
'Cause I heard you say in one of your posts the other day, you posted, and you said you was in the lobby of your building. You said, you used to put your work inside these mailbox. Can you elaborate on those times how you used to do your thing back
yeah. I
on
used to.
Peyton and
Well, I
Ocean Ave?
mean, like if you remember I went to college. So when I came back, I pretty much know a lot of laws. I had to study that. And before I went on the street, my first job when I came back home was I was working for 210 Livingston Street, uh, uh, Linden Center number 67. Okay, right across the street from A&S downtown. I
Yeah,
was a
I remember
social
that. I
worker.
remember ANS.
Yeah, I was a social worker. I used to, I had a caseload. You know what I'm saying? Used to try to get people to get off of food stamps and public assistance. But nobody
Mm,
wanted to get off that shit. Everybody wanted to stay on there. As a matter of fact, motherfuckers used to have babies, more kids,
yeah,
just to make the
just to get
budget
more.
bigger. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like nobody in my family was ever on that. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't know that they was giving away free money like that. And but to me, the people that was on it was nobody that nobody that I could relate to at the time. So I was really trying to tell them, yo, this is a trap. You know what I'm saying? You got to get off of this. You got to go get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go sort out a career. I remember I had a caseload called the Esters,
Mm,
Hesters, and it was everybody gave him. It looked like they gave the new worker, that caseload.
mhm,
That caseload had 2 file cabinets, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was trying to talk the young girls off of getting off of that shit and don't have no babies. And the grandmother came up there and tore me a new asshole because I was fucking up the money. She said, "You're
mm.
fucking up money. Mind your fucking business. Just make sure that the checks are right. I have another great grandkids over here. Kids was having kids just to make the budget bigger. That shit was crazy.
I
And
mean,
she was
and
the
the,
main.
the sad part about it, it still
Yeah.
goes on to this day.
Yeah, well, that's when I know. One day I went to punch the clock and I just couldn't do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a panic attack, and I drove my car to Kennedy, and I just had a brand new baby and a wife, and I
Mm,
didn't want them to know. I didn't want them to know that that was happening with me, and I wanted to go somewhere else and get a job, and then call them back and try to move them, because I moved them out of there, because at the time I was living at 100 East 21st Street. Mr. Stearns is the landlord. That motherfucker probably still own the building. But
mm.
East 21st between Caton and Church. You know where the Castle building is?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
We
yeah,
well familiar with the
yeah,
castle.
yeah, the castle's at the end
Shout
of the
out to
block.
Wink Loke.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of problems in that building. I had a lot of problems in that building. Anyway,
That brother
I,
stay
I
with
left for
problems.
a year. I went to Miami and I got a job working because I had a college degree. I went to management school for Wendy's, and then I became a manager. And then my wife was looking for me at the time, and she couldn't find me. And when she called me, beat me, and then I called her back and I said, "Yo, I'm in Miami." She said, "I've been calling your job all day." I'm like, "Yo, I couldn't do it. I can't do that. I don't want to get locked into it."
Wait,
You know what I'm
hold on,
saying? I
Peter.
left.
Hold up, Peter. So you
Yeah,
just basically said
yeah,
you just quit this job,
yeah.
took your car, went to the airport, and bounced. You ain't tell your wife nothing.
I didn't tell her nothing. We was young, bro. I was like 23 when that happened. You know what I'm saying? I
You
was
official.
23. Yeah.
That's official.
So yeah, and then she hung up on me. And then I told
What
her
you
where I was
expected?
working. Then she came down. I think she came down like a month later. All right, and
Mm.
then she moved down there like 2 months later. And then I worked there for six. I think I worked there for like 7, 8 months. I couldn't do it. I was on Miami Beach, 163rd and Collins. Little white kid used to drive up in Ferraris and Porsches, and I'm working a drive-through. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I got to figure this
Yeah.
shit out. You know what I'm saying? We have to
You
stay.
you figuring it out. So you
We have
figuring
to.
out everything as you go along. This is basically
Yeah,
you saying.
yeah, yeah. I had to stage something. Me and my man Marco. I haven't seen that nigga since. Me and my man Marco staged something. I can't really say. And then we left, and I went back to New York. And my dad got me a construction job. So I used to have to get up 4:30 in the morning to go do construction. Okay, with my dad. He was in the union. He was a master carpenter. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why me and my brother learned to build shit like this.
Mm.
We built this ourselves. Um, and that wasn't doing it for me. But on some real shit as a laborer, back in 1980, 83, 84, we were making like $32 an hour
That's
as
good
a
bread.
as a laborer on a construction site. You know what I'm saying? So I had enough money I wanted to get the fuck out though, to be honest with you. I love Flatbush and I love how y'all representing Flatbush. But
But why you wanted to get out
in the
so bad out
early
of Flatbush?
80s, I'm gonna tell you, everybody on that block, everybody on Ocean and Caton,
Okay.
uh between Flatbush, okay, uh tennis court, St. Paul's, all of that around there. We were warring with niggas that live across the street, warring with niggas that live up the block. The crack shit was intense. Everybody was selling on their block. And you couldn't
Mm.
go on their block to violate because niggas gonna get dead over that. All right. And
Mm.
we controlled from Parkside where the McDonald's, that motherfucking McDonald's is still there, bro. Okay. That
No man,
shit,
hold up, man. I want you to,
that yo, that's the
'cause-
biggest. Those are the biggest crack dealers, though.
all right,
They
hold up,
they've
man.
been
I
getting
just I
that
want because
paper
the
for
people
years, my nigga.
the people are
Yeah.
telling me, yo, Papa, make sure when he talks to you about Flatbush and around the way, let him elaborate like who was these dudes that he was with? These street prominent names that can you give us some names that was around you that was doing their
I'm gonna
thing?
be honest with you. The way I operate back then, you probably, like I don't know how old you are, P,
I'm
but
53.
like yeah, well you're a youngster though. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Because
My brother was
you,
outside.
yeah, I'm 10
So you
years
know about
older
the
than you.
touchies and all of that, right? I'm from Vanderveer Projects.
I know all them niggas, bro.
All
We
right, but
used
I'm
to
from
go to,
Vanderveer Projects, so if you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
understand me.
yeah. That's where Jimmy Henchman from.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's from my projects.
yeah, he's from the Veer.
Now
Kedar is
he's
from
not
the
from Veer.
Veer.
This to be exact. He's not
Yeah.
from Vanderveer. He's from the block behind Vanderveer.
Them
All right,
niggas
just to
like
get
to
technical. He's not
them
from the
niggas like to
projects.
rep the Veer.
He's
He
from
was repping the Veer.
he reps the Veer,
I just
and he's
talked to
solid
Jimmy like
in
a month
Vanderveer, but he's
ago,
not from
and
Vanderveer.
he
I just
always
want to be
repped the
correct.
Veer. And I didn't
No,
even meet Jimmy. Me and Jimmy became partners in the
mm,
music game, and I didn't meet Jimmy in Brooklyn. I met Jimmy in Miami.
okay.
So yo, when I left
Little
in
short Haitian
'86,
guy.
yeah, oh, okay,
Oh, he is, dog. That's my
yeah,
brother's best friend. That's one of
yeah,
my
yeah,
brother's
yeah. He's
friends.
not really. Jimmy's what? Probably around
I'm
five
six. I'm
eight.
6'3".
Oh yeah,
I'm
well he's
6'2". I
short
mean,
compared to you. He's short. He's
yeah,
like five. He's like 5'9", 5'9". Jimmy's probably
yeah,
around
short.
5'9".
He
You
was
know what
a
I'm saying?
gully
But
kid. He was gully.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Extreme gully. I've been there. We used to do things. Okay.
Okay.
When I was on the block, I met Jimmy in Miami because I was seeing the shorty and her roommate was dating Jimmy and I was dating this chick and they introduced us.
Okay.
Okay. But at the time I already moved to I had to move out of Brooklyn because every time I'm on my way home, I get pulled over and I get shaken down by those fucking 71st detective. They would rob me. They robbed me 3 times. One
Let's
of the
talk
time the
about it. They
nigga,
robbed you. They robbed you.
one of the time the nigga kicked me in my ass and said, "Yo, if you even open your mouth, nigga, we kill you. We know where you live." You know what I'm saying? And that's when I left Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Because I was getting the robbers was full. The robbers is out there. I remember one of my men got shot in the fucking eye. Going to looking through the peephole. They
I
blow his
got shot in
fucking
my
head
eye
off.
too. I got shot in my
Yeah,
eye too.
yeah.
Oh man.
Damn, damn, damn. I hope it wasn't a peephole you was looking through, my
Nah,
nigga.
man, I was in the. I mean, like I said, Q would tell
Yeah,
you, I was in. Got shot in my eye, shot in my leg. Flatbush life.
yeah,
It's a Flatbush life.
yeah. Well, I mean, I survived the gunshot, but like we did a lot of damage back then. But we only hurt people that was trying to hurt me. Back
That's
then.
right.
You know, um, Jimmy. To be honest with you, that's when shoe shine was around. That's
Yep,
why.
shoe shine.
Yeah. That's when. Um, well, you don't even know the cats that I used to deal with because them niggas was like more like corporate drug dealers. That's like,
Don't say that. Don't say that, Peter. You never
yeah.
know. When you mention a
Yeah.
name, I can
Nah, Peter
counteract
Peter
something.
Brown was around, and I know y'all
My
don't know
brother know
Peter
all
like
of
that.
these people you name,
Yeah,
and my brother
yeah,
was around all
yeah.
these cats.
Okay, well then your brother
He was
should
with
know me.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was with Jimmy.
I didn't move the way Jimmy moved though. I was in Brooks Brothers suits every day. You know what I'm saying? Niggas thought I worked at Wall Street, but I was selling bricks. All right. And I introduced Jimmy to a cat named David Hyatt that I met in Miami. Because when I went down to Miami, one of the things that I did, I opened a shoe store at first, selling Italian shoes. Okay. And then after the shoe store, I opened uh, a nightclub called Club Manhattan next to the University of Miami. It's back in
Mm.
1986. I met Jimmy in 87. Okay.
Ooh.
That's way back when. And then I met this guy named David Hyatt that owned Half Dash Records, and his biggest signing was R. Kelly. Okay,
Mm.
all right. I remember when they did the deal with R. Kelly on Jive Records back in '92. Okay, but so we were between '87 and '92. Okay, the cat David Hyatt, who owned Half Dash Records. You should Google him. His name is David Hyatt, Hyatt, like the hotel.
I will
Okay,
definitely Google that.
that was the guy. I don't care what
Mm.
motherfuckers in New York said or say. That was the guy. Anybody
Mm.
that know David. David was one of them Jamaican cats who went to Vietnam, lived in America, probably grew up there his whole life. He was older than me. He was motherfucking deadly. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about, but I seen him do some shit like God damn. You know what I'm saying? I eased off in '90.
Mm.
Okay, but between '90 and '87, I worked with David, and David really believed in me not being on that side of the fence, but being more on the business side of the fence, where David used to bring at least 5 to 10,000 bricks to New York every other week for the cartel. So when it comes Jimmy, okay, and Asian Jack and Ricky Lee and all of them niggas that was out there back then, all them niggas know
He's naming
Jimmy
some
used to
names
come,
I heard about.
you know, Foe
Oh
from
yeah,
Rutland,
Haitian folk.
Asian Foe, all them
Haitian
niggas,
folk,
all them
yeah.
niggas.
Talk to my homegirl
Yeah,
Tanya. Come on, man.
yeah,
Had the
I
club on
know.
Flatbush Avenue in Forster. I mean, in
Yo,
Farragut.
Yo, Earl, didn't Foe had kids with Desiree?
Yes,
Yeah, I
if I'm
think he had
correct.
kids with
Yes. But I know he
Desiree.
was talking to, yes, if I'm
Yeah.
correct, I'm saying yes. I don't want to say no,
And
I think yes.
Desiree CFO for Rock Nation
Oh,
right
I ain't
now.
know that. Yeah, yeah.
I gave Desiree a job. I opened this nightclub called Onyx when I was dating Nia Long. Her dog name was Onyx, so I
Yo,
named the
Peter, you
dog
can't be
Onyx.
saying things like that to me. Everybody,
Come on, man. What happened to your phone? It went you went left. Your screen is gone. Real Flatbush just shut down, people. I don't know what happened. I'm still here. Where you at? Where you at, P? I gotta wait for him to come back. He's a host. There we
somebody keep
go.
on calling my phone, man.
Yeah, yeah. What happened?
Hello?
Your phone went dead? Your phone went dead?
Yo, this is, yo, right? Yo, whoever's calling my phone, stop calling my phone. Like, these, you see me doing an interview, you calling my phone. What the F? You hear me, Peter?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
See, look, like I'm about to get me mad now, man.
They don't know what time you're operating?
Peter, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you now, man. What the hell? Somebody calling my phone.
Yeah, you still on the block, my nigga? They're blowing you up. They need the supplies.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Peter. Peter,
That's
can you
all right.
tap in and come right back in?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know what the person did. They calling my phone, man.
Yeah.
It's annoying me, man.
Well, you back in, so you gotta make sure your mic and all of that is right. Are you good now?
I
Could
can't
you
hear
hear me?
nothing, man.
You can't hear me?
Peter, man, I don't know what's going on, man. This fucking
I'm right
shit
here.
about
Go
to
back to the
piss me
other
the
one. Go back to
fuck
the other
off.
one. Go back to the other one. Go back to the first one.
Shit, man. Hello?
Yo, you there? Yo, yo.
I don't know what's going on, man. Somebody called my phone now. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't see me? Could you hear me? You can't hear me?
Hello?
Where you at, kid? You ever did a podcast like this? We're streaming? Yeah.